The saddest thing about love, Ray, is not only that the love cannot last forever, but even the heartbreak is soon forgotten. Smoke billows, smoke blows, sweat, sweet sweat, dust. The heat made even the backs of my knees sticky with sweat. Dirt clouds rose from the wheels along the tracks as another train reluctantly departed. The dirt stuck to my salt-licked skin, thick, grainy, sweet, and sharp. Before finding her place in the waiting room, she'd been wandering along Main Street, finding her way to get lost in the heat, wishing she were riding on a train again to avoid the unalterable. The train swung around the curve, the engine puffing with short, heavy blasts, and they passed smoothly from sight that way, with that quality about them of shabby and timeless patience, of static serenity, that blending of childlike and ready incompetence and paradoxical reliability, that it loves out of all reason and evades responsibility and obligations by means too barefaced to be called subterfuge. I'm waiting. I realize I've been waiting for a train, waiting for a date, waiting for inspiration. I'm waiting like faith. Waiting with a mind so occupied with thoughts that I can do nothing with but wait for the day to come that brings me closer to him again. Months and seasons had passed through us. We'd shared springs and summers, but never an autumn or winter. Not yet. The train carries hope with it, riding the rails, being carried swiftly on the steel, sharp, clear whine singing from below. Carry me, carry me. Suspend me from arrival, suspend resolution, don't break the rhythm, don't let us break up. The wheel's repetition of purpose, always committed to the promise of arrival. I don't want that part, but I desire it too. I want to see him at the other end, to have another encounter, but as long as I'm suspended here, we're still together. We haven't broken up. Heartache, you are not who I'm traveling with. My ticket's destination reads Love, Mississippi. I'll bide my time here on this train, where my life is suspended and the air is thick with anticipation and hope. I feel like a wet seed, wild in the hot, blind earth. I've fallen into my railroad ways, suspended and calm, like the blues to ease my worried mind and give light toward a better day. I'm staying here on this train of my heart. Ray told me about Otha Turner and said I'd love the sound of his blues flute playing. I did. He'd begun a dialogue with my work this spring that fed the pact of a creative partnership I'd craved. But I couldn't have him, and I wanted to have him. But did I really? Didn't I prefer to be waiting, safe in indecision? No. I wanted to be living my life actively with him. I'd feel better, so much better, if I'd lay my burden down. Staring out my train car window, I study the river as we chase alongside it. Sometimes out of sight, I stare and study, waiting for it to emerge again, waiting for it to show itself to me again. Every time the river reappears, a sense of relief rushes through me. I'm reassured that it's still with me, even when I can't see it. It's still traveling with me. He's still with me. He's my burden. He weights me down. I want to lay that burden, lay him down. I've been loving him out of all reason, loving him with a paradoxical reliability, while he reaches deep into my heart, then withdraws like an unpredictable child. I want to lay that burden, lay him down. 1,000 times when the train slowed or stopped, I thought of jumping off. I wanted to die in a ditch. I wanted to disappear. I wanted a different history and geography. In rhythm with the wheels, I said, I want, I want, I want, I want. I stayed on the train. Time passes slowly in this heat. Nothing happens in this heat but the sound of my heart beating close to the skin, trying to cool, trying to cool. Sweat soaking my skin, trying to cool. When I finally shake myself awake from my thoughts, nothing but the faint sound of the train was left. I'd missed my train. Nearly collapsing in exhaustion, my body feeling so light now, I'd lay my burden, laid him down.
Live